Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics.
What up, what up? Minor technical glitches. How's everybody doing? Sorry about that really long ass pre-roll. But it does look like you bought y'all enough time for about 100 of you to show up finally at the beginning of the show. That's pretty good. Don't know what's been going on. You acolytes got like some kind of new kind of pandemic? You guys gotta talk to me and tell me what's going on. So we have like an all-time high today of acolytes, and I definitely don't see even 2/3 of you guys. And I gotta tell you, like, if you look at the people putting down, results in the room, they're the people who are around the most. And it does take like some touching the football to like get some of the concepts to be something you can use more than them just being really fascinating in a concept call, but actually something you can sit there and think in terms of to like apply. It takes a while before that actually happens. I've told a lot of people, when I do, netbook training or any of that stuff, netbook classes are like 8-week classes, but there are guys here half a decade since their nebula that are refining still what they learned in those 8 weeks. And that's where you get mastery or something. You're not going to really learn to be like Wall Street in 8 weeks. But the concepts I teach you as refinement, you can do a lot with. But it takes a lot more time than I think anybody really is willing to do when they say they want to like take the steps to change their life. It really isn't limited to like, the hours on the clock for like, a 9 to 5. You have to put some time in above and beyond the normal efforts if you're going to do something like, change your whole pattern of behavior. So, there's a very wide disparity results that are always in these rooms, and it is really just the people who have the inconsistent habit that create the opportunity for those with the consistent habit. Every time. It's not that the people who are winning are doing something so amazing. It's that they're just doing the basics, and the rest of it, it's a game of relativity. You all think of like the person who's doing better as like being way up here and you're down here, but in like another perspective to Wall Street, you all are way off the radar. You're on your own universe competing, and it's a game of relativity. Like the fact that the bulk of the population can't sustain a meaningful habit across more than like a few weeks creates the opportunity for the few who do. And so those folks are around and see more information and get more epiphanies and progress faster and faster and faster. Where did that thing go? Let's see. Oh, that was really loud. I get it. 1 sec. Closed it. What do you guys think of the Council of Nomics thumbnail today? You guys dig that one? I don't believe how many times I took that fucking photo. Fucking craziness. No, I was going to show you guys. Every day in the room. We don't post them every day on Twitter, but every day in our room, you get to see stuff like this. Like dudes who are done, their whole day. I think this is like later in the evening. A lot of people finish their day sometimes in 10, 15 minutes in here just by showing up, and getting intel that we come up with in the morning that we just never have otherwise. And these huge plays, all mechanical, everyone's risk is defined. They're in and out in the shortest amount of time they could play something. And I think that's an unrealized value is that, like, there are a lot of people who sit around and survive all kinds of shit to make 3 or 4 and 5 times their risk. But to do it mechanically where you make it as fast as possible, there's an ROI on the amount of time you spent to get that return that most people don't calculate, and to be done with your day in 10 minutes or with one trade and have that emotional capital saved and have the amount of time you take to do it saved, there's like really gains on gains that you don't really like quantify, in just money. It's an intangible of life. So, it's really cool to see that people are doing all this stuff mechanically every day, right? One play, isn't that great to have 4 times your risk in a single session in a play that lasted what looks like an hour and a half? So, make use of your time. A lot of you joined here and I think you want to see some results, but you're not putting in like remotely any effort to get to the places that folks that came from the show, just hung out, learn this mechanics and put it into practice with a bunch of other folks trying it. And you can see, like, right, everyone's defining their risk, finding a risk structure that's appropriate for the resolution of time they're in, and doing their best to fucking make it out without getting killed, 3 hours before this, I think he said, okay, I went and come back on him. MNQ, you guys are trading futures. How cool is that? 2 people right from the show trading fucking like, index futures. All with mechanical precision. This is what, people came to the show for. I said, train a smarter audience. I'm taking the audience that would sit home getting killed by Jim Cramer, and I'm teaching you something that literally would not be taught to retail ever. You go your whole life and never know how to do this from a regular retail, market TV. So, quality of effort, guys. Quality of effort. Can't have a station surrounded by a bunch of winners. What's this? Is this us now? 8:05. Look at that. What is he doing? Did you post this while I'm going? Oh, I'm trying to make the artwork back then. What was this? Oh, wow. Beast mode, your Matic play. Good shit. Yeah, we just dropped Matic. For all you acolytes aren't even looking, like, threw Matic in here like 2 days ago. And like right now, there's like 180 of you guys. Like 60 of you looked at it. Like, dude, what do you want me to do? Like, fucking have it hand delivered to you? You won't even look. So why actually pay to be a YouTube premium member and not use it? I'm not interested in that. The more of you that show up is the more of you I can make win. If you don't show up though, right, it hurts the station, it hurts the fucking entire brand, and it fucking hurts, our ecosystem. There's no point to do that. Don't treat it like a gym membership. I really don't want your $50. I'd rather have you tell me fucking hit a car or a house and bring me another fucking like 200-300 viewers, right? And we'd both win that way. So like, if you decide to be part of Acolytes, show the fuck up. I don't know how else to say that more nicely, but yeah. So shout out to Market for nailing Matic. A bunch of you guys know Matic. That was pretty cool. Seen that yesterday, right? Where you, I think I put one up here. Didn't I? There it is. A couple other guys hit it. Right, that pay attention. Same risk structures, same way we look at defining risk, right? Phenomenal play. 17 R's, 19 R's in a fucking day. That's about as good as it gets. So make use of the tools, guys. Show up and make use of it. I want to see more winners around the station. That's the whole point of why we do this. Ah, that was a mouthful. 120 peeps here. 120 loyals. I appreciate you guys. Let me see. We're this thing. First day back from vacation. What up, Larry? 2 times. All right, not you out of the jungle, motherfucker. Just pay attention, so I don't fucking have to like jump through the microphone and strangle you or anything. Ready to rock. Sounds good. Can you look at MOS? We can. Let me see here. Yeah, I thought the color scheme was pretty fire. One sec, the stupid thing. So much fucking issues with this fucking setup. Let's see, just show up and make minimal effort. Yeah, definitely stop treating the gym lately like a gym membership. Like, you know, I put as much tools out that retail would never see to give retail a shot to create a brand product placement that doesn't exist. There is no station training its audience on something as difficult as like this. You know, the motherfuckers teach you how to cook a goddamn turkey. But what we're teaching you to understand, you know, and be hyper aware of is that the market is not designed for all of us to be in it. It's meant to actually extract the money right out of you. Do you guys see this? So we talked about this on the show a couple times if you've been around for a while. Let me see if I can find it. I should probably search in Discord. I think you guys actually posted this here. Come on, Sam. I know you posted it. Where'd you post it? Thank goodness. You are a reliable one, sir, for news feeds. So, look at this shit. Greatest trade ever. This requires a lot of context, guys. Did I put the button in here? Citadel makes a $16 billion haul and smashes all hedge fund records, literally the biggest fucking profit of all time. Now, you guys remember how many places we've all been listening to and seeing Citadel pop up, right? These are the guys that had the ability to fucking like get to Yellen to stop fucking what's happening to GME so they could bail out their partner. Melvin, these guys have encircled Robinhood and basically turned Robinhood into like a Forex dealership where they're shaving fucking, you know, pennies off of all transactions by slipping the shit out of them. So Robinhood has the worst fill efficiency of all retail brokerages, literally like 5 to 10 times worse than anybody else because Citadel is slipping everybody with tools that you don't have, with HFT that's fast enough to constantly make sure you lose just a little bit on your wicks, on everything. Just like you guys see in the futures market, right? The market's super fast. They make sure they shave off just a little bit, and they make sure you have to take their side of it. This is not a bet on speculative bet. This is nickel and diming retail to an extent of holy fucking shit, right? When you put this together with 4 banks that can trade perfectly a decade ago, who do you think could feed this much money to this many participants that are all on the right side? Clearly, it can't be for us to be in here, right? It's clearly fucking not designed for us. It's us. We're the big fucking fish to fucking feed off of. And everyone thinks it's like we're all just in here and the market's just random noise and like, you know, I hope I get lucky. No. It is not sort of that kind of thing at all. Like I said, you know, you look at like Forex, these motherfuckers give you 100 times your money. Your fucking mom won't give you 100 times your fucking money. You ever think about that? And fucking, you got like, you know, some futures platforms will give you 400 times your money. Who do you know in your life that will give you 5 times your money? You don't got friends that good that trust you to give you 5x and say, you know, I think you'd be good for it. It's only to endanger yourself, you know? And so we try to show you guys how to think in a way that like doesn't make you kind of fall for it all, and think with some kind of common sense. Because leverage doesn't automatically mean danger, right? It's you know, risk. The risk that you decide to take doesn't matter how much leverage is behind it. If you know how much you're willing to lose versus what you have, it doesn't change just simply because you have to put up less money to actually initiate the trade. So A little common sense goes a long way. And it's not like Jim Cramer couldn't tell you some of the things I tell you. It's just not in his benefit for what he's really doing on TV. And he's directing human capital. He's directing your mom and pop to go into the wrong end of fucking like Oxy coin. You know, so the transfer of equity from the population, it's a closed system, right? There's nobody else to make money off of. So the whole thing works kind of like, you know, it works together. Retail food for the system. There was no one else to lose in the system. That's the thing that people don't think about. Like, where do you think this money's coming from? Where can banks be perfect every day and Citadel do this? And who is the loser to all of these institutions that literally cannot lose? And when you see fucking somebody figure out how to like maul the people in GME, you could call the Treasury Secretary and shut the fucking stock off. If in case you do find a way to win, doesn't it sound a lot like Vegas? If you win too much in Vegas, you know they can kick you out. Even if they can't prove you're cheating, just because you're bad for business, they can literally throw you out and say you've won enough. When you look at it, right, there's no one really scrutinizing how these guys are making this money. Hell, they don't even understand what this man is doing. If you read like their description, they have no idea what he's doing. Let me see if I can find that. So like, yeah, this is the extent of what retail gets, guys. So like when you heard what I just said, look right here. Sofer said that Citadel, which started in 1990, does not rely on an investment strategy tied to rising asset prices and has multiple sources of profit. Two factors which may explain its record gains. Is that the most vague fucking statement you have ever heard? It's like, so you don't speculate on direction, but you made 16 billion. Anybody curious in what the fuck you speculated on to do it? You speculated on fucking our entries. That's what you speculated on. And you rigged the system to make sure you could shave enough off of us. Fuck speculating on getting gold right or getting crypto right. I'm just gonna fucking rob your fucking ass repeatedly every time you push the button. Ta-da! What an investment strategy. But your writer's too stupid. Your regulator's crooked or paid off like Gensler. Plus he's too stupid. There's literally no one to tell you. So you're just gonna sit here and get ass straight with no fucking Vaseline without even fucking knowing it's coming. And this is fucking what the stock market really is. Nobody wants to fucking think of it like that, but that's what it is. You know, it's a and they say zero-sum system, right? There is the bankers, we'll call them, you know, big money guys. Bear with me, I don't have a pen. This is just me freestyling. You got mom and pop, unsuspecting victim 1 and 2, their fucking life savings that they hope they're gonna give to your little bitch ass. Alright, so you don't have to go work 9 to 5 for fucking a company that you're gonna have your parents speculate on. You guys are hoping to get paid out, right? Whatever, you got purple arm now, motherfucker, whatever. And then you got fucking, in the middle of this, what just happened there? Oh, that doesn't make sense. What did my monitor just do? You got Jim Cramer, right? Directing perception. And who else is in the ring? There's the institutions, there's the guy who controls perception, and then there is the human capital. And this is a closed system. There's no one else. There's no fucking like aliens and shit over here to fucking like lose and shit, right? There's no aliens in the fucking system. There's just fucking you guys. That's the only money there is. When they say they're going to the market to raise capital, there isn't anybody else. You know when they always say that saying, you know, investors like snapped up, discount priced assets and we're rallying on, you know, aggressive investor buy-ins? They don't mean you. That's the investor. And this is the loser. But ego never lets people think that. When they say all these investors, you know, snapped up Apple on the lows, A lot of people think, oh man, I just missed it too. I wish I'd gotten with those other investors. They don't realize they just liquidated mom and pop, and the institution just bought your discount shares off of your ass. They don't ever mean you. But ego would never let you fucking believe that, right? That you're actually just fucking the actual liquidity of the whole marketplace. No, they're not trying to have you fucking have any idea what you're doing. So, training a smarter audience is not exactly the thing most people would endeavor to do. But if you understood what this fucking machine is, it's the responsible thing to endeavor to do. So that's why we do it. Zero-sum fucking things, right? So, with that said, if you're in acolytes and you show up, I would generally give you my time to do my best to help you fucking start to act more like a responsible, risk-adjusted decision maker and less like a degen. They count on you being irresponsible. When you think about, you could make the best plans in the world and get slipped and wicked out to the penny. Fucking, what is it? You can get sonar dart, like the war story, right? You can get hunted out, and your best plans can still get you fucked up and kicked out. And then they want to encourage bad behavior by giving you leverage and fucking, people that talk about hodl and all this stuff. This game is so many levels of stacked against us. You need to be fucking robotic perfect across a very long sustained period to really have a career in this shit. It's pretty cool. When you guys see the mechanics you can apply now and hit wins, you can get pretty excited and probably go crazy trying to do that too much. But you got to be methodical. One thing that I've definitely thought about more and more as I've gotten older is Warren Buffett's statement that it takes a stable personality, not a smart person to do this, a stable personality. And that's exactly what fucking market TV doesn't want to promote. They want to promote the excitement, the whole casino aspect of it, and fucking are you on the right side with all the other lemmings, and all of that to create just a behavior that keeps you in the mind state of fucking short-term instant gratification rather than treating it like a business like you would anything else. You wouldn't go buying properties and speculate on renovation and flips with that kind of mindset. You'd have to be patient and well thought out to do it. So why should this be any different? What's Izzy saying? PCE numbers this morning, 0.1% estimate O. Need to develop habits like a cyborg this game. Yeah, for real. Izzy's been here since summer of 2018, Nebula 2. This is his 5th year. And he's refined his game. He's got his own real estate business, and he's made a profession out of this. And he started learning this shit over the age of 40. It's just about the time and effort you put in. There's many guys from his class that I don't know where the fuck they went. And there's guys like himself that actually trained other guys in the ecosystem and created his own business out of this. So you can do as much with it as you want or as little, So anyways, all right. That's a bunch of words. Yeah. This whole thing requires me to have a certain setup so it looks really dope. There he goes. How cool is the ripple effect every time I talk? I love that shit. Shit's fire. All right, so let us look at. Do you guys give me war stories? Let's see. It is 8:56. Thought I was doing good on time. Let's see. 3 hours ago. What is this one? Something's not right here. Yeah, my fucking screen's fucked over there. I got it. Got my diagram. So simple, right? There's no other moving parts. I think a lot of people think there's all kinds of other people in the chain, and there's unfortunate things happen to some people, and I might have missed out, and there's all these other parties. But there really is, everything is just feeding towards one central party in this circle, and nobody realizes it. It's, these are just other versions of you, families, young people coming to the market, new people to the cycle from the last destroyed cycle. Now there's a new set of people who've aged into speculative ages. You're all just the same versions of the thing, and all of you are meant to feed this monster. This whole thing is just a giant extraction machine for fucking equity out of the population. What was I looking for? War story? Oh yeah, there it is. What's this? Our Boyne. Everybody needs a little kick in the dick once in a while. I'm glad you've taken a liking to my my sayings. Hi Kazo. 2022 has been one hell of a ride. The amount of knowledge you shared is nowhere else to be found and helps us understand what's truly happening in the world. It changed me from being a lazy ass pilot. Don't be a lazy ass pilot. You got people's lives in your hand. Who was complacent as fuck into a whole new person who's motivated to make something out of life. Where at first I was fucking couch potato playing video games, nevertheless, it has been a year with some events I'd rather have not happened, but we learn and move on. One of those events was FTX bust. Your analysis and warnings were spot on, but because of my own stupidity, I was unable to withdraw anything. Pretty expensive lesson as I lost roughly 70% of my total portfolio. Holy shit. That's shitty. Unfortunately, no, we only had it a day ahead, and you had to move so quickly to get out of the way of that fucking train. Um, at first, I was pretty gutted, but knowing that money is only a byproduct of our habits, and knowing that the knowledge was never taken away, it made me realize I should turn this into something positive. So I upped the ante. Started setting up some goals, i.e., less screen time, more personal development, better communication with the missus, and last but not least, showing more gratitude. Yesterday, I had one of my most enjoyable trading days I've had thus far. Proper prep, hardly any screen time, no emotions, and I got to earn money while hitting the gym and taking the fam to an amusement park. Trade to live, not live to trade. 100% hit rate, banking 11 hours. Awesome. With that last goal, showing more gratitude in mind, I also wanted to give you some new kicks. What? They should be coming your way this summer, but who knows with Artifact. Hit me up so I can send you the NFT as well. No shit, you're crazy. That's random. I didn't see that coming. Thanks for everything you do. Much appreciated. That's definitely the color scheme I think is the fire one. Wow, that's my color schemes actually. The fuchsia and the blue. Dude, that's crazy as fuck. Thank you. That's pretty wild. 100% hit rate, really good. Like that's really good what you said. No screen time, like getting to make your money when you're like not stuck to the screen the whole time. As I've gotten older, I definitely appreciate that also a lot more. You know, I don't want to sit there for 6 hours to make the same thing I could make in like 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Like if I could go and do something else in my day, your hourly rate's going down if you get stuck to the screen to make the same money in 6 hours that you do in 30 minutes, right? So, yeah, again, they'll go hang out with your family plus get your day targets in. That's what I was talking about in the beginning, right? Your time return to like get your money like without being stuck there to get your money. That's a big fucking thing that people don't really think about, but you do when you have a family and you have to share your time in different places of life. This is meaningful shit. So that's really dope. Started prep expecting 3 minute structure, waited for rotation, open order, risk order at 3R. Huh? Order at 3R and new alerts done in the gym closed a little less than 6 hours. New alert went off, contextualized new alert, set and went on a ride, closed in full at 6 hours. Yeah, it's good, man. That's the dream, not to have you glued to the TV or anything else, or to the Discord, but to put in time to get to the place where this is something you can actually do, like use the market like institutions do, right? To take capital to take care of you instead of feeding it all to them, and like use it as part of your life, not you like a slave to chasing us around for every single breakout, for every single thing, like a degenerate crackhead that has to have every single thing that makes a headline. That's not your goal. Your goal is just to take, make small wins and manage to not get any major losses. You want to lose a little and make a lot. So that allows you time and emotional capital. Both things that we mentioned, he said. He got time and he has emotional capital. And that's quality of life things. So good shit. I like seeing that, man. And that's it's a way to come back mentally from FTX, because I know that was really tough for anybody who got caught by that. To lose 70% of your shit with a family would definitely be psychologically very, very difficult to think clearly through. So hats off to you for being able to pull that off, man. So I know that story happened to one person here. It happened to many. I know of many in the room that got hit by FTX and lost significant amounts of bankroll. And if you're mind fucked since that happened, I'm telling you, the best thing for you is to get back on the horse. Don't sit there, because in that mind fuck state, you'll continue to make decisions. And that's what trading is, right? Series of decisions. and in an emotionally fucking compromised position from getting smashed by FTX, the choice to take your foot off the gas is a choice to literally miss the fucking rip that's going on in the market, a chance to make anything back, and it is a trade, right? If you sit there paralyzed. So this is just showing you this is a hats off to the mental fortitude to actually get back up and keep going. This is what most people won't do, and they'll make a bad situation far worse. So good shit. Appreciate that war story. I think that's important for a lot of people that more than likely share the experience with FTX, since it did fucking smash a lot of people. All right. 903. All right. So macro, and let me get some symbols. Did I have anything in particular I wanted to fucking throw up here too? Let's see. I'm gonna cover those sheets and stuff. Yeah. Okay. I know what I want. I don't want to delete my cartoon. No, I'm kidding. All right, spy. No, the wrong one. Wait, didn't I? I totally deleted somebody. Is it this one? Okay, yeah, I have a fully deleted one and then a muddled one with all my levels. All right, cool. Yeah, this thing's seriously annoying as fuck. So we're watching this channel that we said we keep eyes on. Right now, we pumped up to above energies level here. Got like a little level. This is a target level, nothing major. The next level we care about region if price gets it would be this. This purple zone is where the big dump of the years came from. We call it the phantom zone, right? And there are big drops into to summer and the break of summer. Both like get gas out of that zone. So if we get anywhere near that, we're paying attention. It's also what deflected the rally that came up here at the end of last year. So anything that falls short of that equals bear trap and rotates down. This yellow projection becomes something we care about. So for now, we're going to kind of watch that as it develops. The market does seem bullish, and we were talking about it before in the last show. Let me get it real quick. This is something going on right now. Come on. Right, this whole thing is like there's another like crazy cluster of this happening right now, and we track this because it's a literal thing that market bottoms are made or paved with dead bodies. So we actually took it literally, and we were able to analyze the clusters of mass shootings in the country and put it over the S&P and recognize, yeah, our major market lows and the frustrations that likely are in people when the market is like de-risking and taking your capital is likely throughout the whole population, and those elevated frustrations result in mass shootings. These mass shootings and that frustration represent emotional points in the marketplace and locations of literal dead bodies on the graph. So while we're having this crazy ass fucking run of like mass shootings going on in California and around the country right now, there's been an assload of them in the last week. We're getting basically another cluster forming in real time. If that sentiment read can be taken, there's not a lot of people who are in this market that's been pumping like it's been pumping. Very few people benefited from this, from the last one into this new one. So is that going to be the fuel, with this one here, and another one here to rotate this giant flag and actually tear ass back out again with nobody on board? I mean, this crypto rip right now, I don't think many people benefited from that at all. Not many people are looking for that rip that came just now, and it seems to come out of nowhere. The rip in Tesla has been so aggressive and so fast. How many people really had their heads around it to play this thing that Speedy came off this box range we showed you? Hell of a box range we gave you, right, guys? Saw a few of you guys hit this thing. Insane play for all the guys that nailed it, right? Only three places that you could even think about playing this motherfucker. So excellent play for anybody who caught the recoil through this. I saw some people catch them down from 125s. Beast mode squeeze on fucking Elon there. So now that we're to the top of this range, see these ranges we drew, we probably want to pay attention to that. Going right back out at the speed he's moving, he's probably good for like some kind of stall action on here. So would pay attention to that right now. QQQs. Same thing we had on the zone rate. It wasn't short unless you got underneath here. Held that low, which is the same range Tesla just held. And so the Nas has been the stronger guy in this bounce. And so we watch him as he continues to squeeze and see how far he can get. We are, from the last show, we are tracking this low resolution trend as he pushes up on it. So we'll see how far he can get. we're in a range here of some cluster, and we'll see if he can get on top of it. But with these two wicks, it's probably going to take a second to watch how he develops to get out of here. Or next, breakout level is probably up above all this bullshit, like right here at this level, 297.51. Diamonds, they've been weaker as the diamond QQQ has actually rotated down. And so this was the industrial pump over tech that was happening. And this is the squeeze right here. Since January 6th, this is Tesla. This is the Qs reverting on diamonds, and that's actually allowed for like this amazing short squeeze that's happening in the tech side of the marketplace, right? So that's actually also, if you guys remember, big res flags we talked about, right? This is an NVIDIA one that we had drawn on here forever ago. Not many people have actually asked about this guy in a long time, but when you look at this guy in a big res, right, like, a crash is a bull flag at another resolution, right? So is this really just big cycle fucking corrective structures going on in the stock market right now? And are those fucking insane fucking mass shootings really a sentiment read to leave what are structurally quite healthy structures in many assets? NOC, we talk about these guys, the defense guys. These guys came down finally a little bit, but some industrial guys have looked really good. IBM. Here's a guy that nobody remembers, right? But look at the size of what that flag really is. These look like really incredibly huge bull flags, don't they? So, our rule on, how to deal with these guys, this old system high stays above it, could be something. And yes, motherfuckers, he's in only stands from like fucking, I think maybe 2 years ago. Maybe a year and a half ago, something like that. No, it's 2 years ago. I think I put him in there in early 2021. So he's in OnlyFans, the website. Anyways, big ass bull flags, right? We talked about that with Cardinal Health. These guys are in big cycle fucking bull flags. So this guy flagging out, this is also OnlyFans. Hope you paid attention to this. This was a presidential cycle overlay with healthcare. So healthcare tends to do better under Democrats because they spend money on fucking everything social, and these motherfuckers that are fucking selling us drugs and doing all the services benefit like a motherfucker from it. So this first rip right now, we're looking for the, that's the cock, the balls, maybe some more dick, and we'll see what he can do right now. But there is some big cycle stuff that if you zoom out from the day-to-day, that no one's really watching, and no one's really benefiting from any of this stuff. Your energy guys are still fucking moon fucking crazy. Hopefully you guys pay attention to this. We've had many of the energy guys on the show a fucking assload of times. So you guys should have all been watching this stuff. CVX, all this is from the show, TA. You look how crazy where these are from when they were on the show, right? Where's Hess at? Hess's setup was from like sometime back in here. We did this one trigger, probably last time we ever asked on the show. Perfect floor, right? And see that we all talk about it. Like look at yourself clear a whole system, and look at retest holds the system. That's always pretty bullish. So that was a pretty sick one. CVX we had on the show forever ago. Back here, you guys asked me about that. ExxonMobil. That one's just leaving. You guys ask me about that all the fucking time. So right, lots of good shit's going on out here. MRO. This was on the show for a million fucking times. He hasn't gotten out yet. But yeah, so lots of stuff in energy looks good. I told you guys to pay attention to this, right? CL has been relatively strong in the near term. You guys asked me about rough rice the other day too, which is pretty funny. But like there is a lot of agricultural commodities that don't look too terrible actually. So that might not have been somebody who's watching this clearly realized that there's actually some structural strength in commodities, soft and energy and precious metals. I think gold's taking a little bit of a chill, but gold has actually been front running all of this. So he was actually strong ahead of it. Now we have to see if some of the other commodities like play catch up on this move gold did, and if energy and foods can do a moon pump. All right, so DXY things, currency things. So I told you to pay attention to this. This is kind of an ugly ass setup going on here. I was looking at this thing yesterday. So yeah, he broke down out of the box that we talked about. But boy, he's looking kind of sus. So with the dollar, I think you have FOMC next week. That low you've got there, you kind of have a flag set up here. And he just looks fucking sus. So just if you're watching this, I think you pay attention to this entire setup right now and see if he rotates back up from it and then maybe makes a bigger structure and comes down, or if it just actually puts in a local bottom for a little bit. But it's just churning like that right now, and it just feels like, this Euro USD, this moves a little bit out of gas, this little stretch. So maybe it needs to correct back to the angle and catch its breath. But, for now, you're watching this setup on the DXY reflected in a few places. AUD, USD. All right, they're all a little tired. If you look at where these guys are, they're good areas to pay attention to right now on all these charts. All right, that's currency stuff. VIX things. I didn't say the VIX. What am I at? 912. All right, I gotta hurry up. So VIX things. We're still watching him right now. Where the market's at. We said the keys are like a little stretched out right now. So we want to see that, you know, if there's a correction in the marketplace, the VIX doesn't catch a massive gas to the upside and rotate this. So far so good, right? The market is bullish. It's just a little bit off its highs, and this thing is sitting underneath this box range. So definitely keep eyes on this if you manage to complete this fuchsia wave down, if he recoils back up against the angle again and goes back into this congestion. And crypto things. Like I said, a bunch of people hit Matic. Good shit. Where the hell is it? Matic. So it's a no-brainer. You guys have this on the show for forever and ever and ever. And this is a crazy projection we made back in the day. Remember that? This channel, rotate over. The flag, the ultimate bull flag that formed is, you know, obviously a little deeper, but then rotate back up, and he's almost, you know, this was a projection from way back in like early 2022. So not bad. He created a setup down here, and then we looked for this. We gave you a projection for a higher floor, and we told you with Disney and fucking, you know, assloads of institutional guys fucking coming after Polygon. This is probably one guy to really keep an eye on, you know. So this, you know, this higher floor, questionable higher floor, ultimately proved an uptrend, and then retested the area that this congestion was in, and we're back up again. So this is worth paying attention to. If we can sit above this trigger level, we could possibly see him begin to do this piece of the projection. So worth paying attention to some stuff in crypto. If that happens with Matic, it's going to be happening to a couple other guys too. Let's check what Adam looks like. I haven't seen that motherfucker in a while. Yeah, some of these guys don't look structurally too terrible, you know. I think, you know, 24-hour markets, you know, don't be crackheads on 1 minute with like a million fucking leverage and shit like that. But I think 8 hours is a great, you know, resolution to find some great tides in 24-hour markets. And this right now structurally doesn't look bad on 8 hours. So BTC and stuff, of course. So that was what we had, a flag that rotated on BTC and rotated on ETH. And so we told you ETH could probably consolidate in this little box range. And we gave you, you know, just a guess of a projection of how far we think the bull flag could be. It doesn't have to go that far, but we'll track this low resolution pullback right now, and see if this guy, like, you know, finds his way back up here again. So probably have alert on this guy and pay attention when he gets back close to 1670, you know. And if he got back to 1423, this is a big level. I would also probably put alert down there and just see what he does between here and there, how long it takes for this whole thing to cook. Total or USDT.D, let's see. So we have a level that's an old trigger level for a D-risk in crypto. That's what we're sitting on. That's what ETH is bouncing off of. So this is confluence, right? ETH's got a good fucking local high he's bouncing off of. Matic blew out this existing range where this is, but ETH is correcting directly off of where this is. So that would likely be visible in many other things, right? That exact moment that it hit that is a correction install in BTC. Should see BNB stall also. Oh, when did we make this? Hey, I guess we haven't looked at this in a while. Damn. Anybody remember when the fuck we made this thing? This looks crazy. Well, hopefully somebody was paying attention to it, because I can't keep with all this shit I draw. LTC. Oh yeah, we have a bunch of squiggles on this stuff. Man, we haven't been pulling this up in a while. Oh yeah, this is the more clean LTC chart. So, right, that rotation through all this volume, right, takes a bit of time. Drew this like angle I'd shown you guys, and so LTC, it didn't do the best bull flag. We sort of did it, and then it rotated out. So, you know, some of this stuff, if it goes back through here, you know, the bull wave continues. So, low resolution uptrend things to keep your eyes on in crypto. And as for crazy squiggles, we got to show this one off. How's that projection? I saw a lot of you guys kill TSM. That was the projection on the day he pumped up here. That was our wave that we projected that you guys played. Don't say it's not art, motherfuckers. That's pretty epic. That's about as good as it gets on a projection. And we had another good one too. CCJ, somebody asked me about a while ago. Not that chart. CCJ. Today, Jackson. Jesus. What the fuck? Wow, that's a fucking struggle. CCJ bear flag, right? Rotate the angle, hold the uptrend, and turn right back up. Not bad. Pretty decent. Alright, bitches. Throw me some symbols. Oh, you got symbols. Damn, Jester. You're on that shit. What am I at here? 917? Alright. Warp speed TA time. Ready? And go. AMD. Did I do AMD? I thought I did AMD early on. So AMD, like semis, if we keep getting tech strength, we're watching this. Right now, pay attention to being under here. This is a major range. And you could easily, have the same situation, right? This with a flag into it and a rotation down off of it. This can be a flag into it also. He needs to clear this base and get in here and kind of set something up with that level I'm drawing it right off of right now. This old trigger level right here. And him set up here will look much more healthy. So we'll leave that. This is kind of what you want to see. Right now, it's all dangerous while he's on the bottom of this and the market's a little bit stretched. So you want him cleanly through this, and then this bull flag is rotated, and you should have eyes on guys like him and NVIDIA. NVIDIA's got a good trigger here too. They'll likely both be at the same trigger at the same fucking time. SMH, we don't have anything particularly drawn up on this, but you get the idea from the last two we just did. BA, Boeing, fucking hate Boeing. You gotta only stand for this motherfucker somewhere. God, I hate Boeing so fucking much. Oh my god. This piece of shit, I swear to God, this is like one of my least favorite Dow 30 stocks. He always gets me. But yeah, so we drew the big fucking Nomics N on him, and he really did do this rotation, this trigger, and he's fucking going with the industrial pump. Right now, if the industrial's a little tired, he's congesting, but he's kind of running with other defense guys and stuff. So like this is your aerospace and defense index. Probably paying attention to him. If you pay attention to Lockheed and all those guys, they're all that's where the relative strength is. These guys already ran already, so Boeing is kind of lagging it, and so Boeing's kind of like chasing that move right now. He's likely quite mispriced on what happened with everybody else. So if this continues, you're tracking this trend right now. It's pretty extended. You probably want another decent bull flag to get involved in it. At low res, if this breaks out, he could keep extending probably to this next level though. So, but that's Boeing on the big res, what he's really doing. So can he come back? Yeah. If the industrials keep pushing out, Boeing will likely chase this out. He came through this major range right here. He dipped back into a pretty perfect retest, and then he has to clear the high to ultimately, prove this bottom. But right now, it looks like a pretty good run to set that up. Fuck. Moo. This is agribusiness ETF worth paying attention to. So if you're paying attention to like things like rough rice and stuff like that and sugar, then you should. Hang on, no one's asked sugar for a while. Sugar. I know I have a sugar chart. When you guys did this to me, sugar. What was it on? Remember? I know you guys asked me this. Sugar USD, is it on here? There it is. I knew I had a sugar chart. Sugar. So, food things look bullish, right? Like really bullish. So, if they look bullish, then you pay attention to things like Moo, right? Who also looks kind of bullish. Oh, we did draw this bitch, right? So, lots of things look kind of bullish in the food world. Lots of things look bullish in a lot of places, So yeah, there you go. W. This is Wayfair. Looks like garbage. Don't catch the knife. But decent area for where he's bouncing. I see why you're looking at it. And about there. So that's your major consolidation. The other side, that's your stop run in it. So that's it, right? That's the range of the whole situation. And that's what he's bouncing in. So right now, you give a shit if this last high that put in the low at this res gets taken out. Anything in here can just be kind of a dead cat. So probably go down on this res and It's pretty much a double bottom effectively. That's the trajectory of what he's coming out on. So, until he takes this out, if he holds this channel, you'd probably be looking here for a setup for him to actually blast off up there. That's where he'd probably be a good idea again. For right now, it's kind of still gambling on this one. LHA. Deutsche Lufthansa Airlines, so jets, airlines. Doesn't look bad, right? Of course, German versions of what's going on in America are a lot stronger, so this might be worth paying attention to airlines in America if Lufthansa looks like that. Yeah, so we have these old fucking chart setups like this. So these are some guys that are coming of age. We haven't looked in a while at airlines. So this is a good flag on that Lufthansa. It might mean that, structurally, like that Boeing setup we see that looks all tightly packed like that, that's actually not like a bad looking setup, right? What? That's not the one I wanted. This guy. Alright, that guy looks like... Yeah. These probably should all be on watch then. Look pretty strong. The Lufthansa was LHA, you said? And he's broken that out. No, wait, that's the wrong one. LHA. Yeah, what an extension on that guy. So my thoughts on this is that just looking at this crazy ass extension, he'd be due for some kind of like, like some kind of a congestion, which he's got. Does the congestion have to pull back and go? It could do that. I think that's what you're looking at possibly here, right? See how this works. He could, do this and then keep going. If he's going to keep going, he could just fucking like blow straight the fuck out and just go some more if it's like that strong. So I think that kind of gives a good hint at some other things though in the U.S. Airline market. So that low floor, yeah, that's the high. That's the 2B on the high pullback, and he's sitting. So anything that flags over and rotates again, that probably looks pretty good to keep your eyes on. 923. I'll just finish. Goddamn TNDM. Tandem Pharmaceuticals, Tandem Diabetes. Wow, that guy looks pretty bad. So last bull flag, he did pump off of this, and he's died since we looked at it. We haven't seen him in a while. What's he doing now? So 3 major accumulations along the way for this guy. 1, 2, 3. Those are your only real places for him to fucking hold the brakes. Maybe over here. So he's currently in this zone right now. This chart doesn't look healthy with him coming through like this. He's just bear flagging. It looks like he's got something kind of crazy going on wise, but just on a pure technical basis, if we look at this guy right here, just like we did on Tesla, he needs to rotate out of here, and I would track the angle that he's coming down on like this. So until he takes out that last low right here, he's potentially rotated the angle inside this volume area. But you need like a little bit better setup for him to turn up on this, and it might be worth paying attention if he could pull off a rotation inside this volume area and come back out of it. Monsanto, which is in the foodstuffs. So we talked about him, and we were tracking an angle we put onto him from a while ago from just the top wicks, and that guy goes with agribusiness and all that stuff. Like I said, like moo. Come on, load faster, right? These guys look pretty bullish. So Monsanto on the big reses, right? Like we showed sugar. Sugar has that big ass fucking same thing, right? Sugar, USD, Oanda, right? All these really retarded fucking like bull flags like that. Monsanto literally looks just like that, right? So there's a couple of things like in agriculture that are worth paying attention to right now. So we could take this off of there. This was a channel for him to correct against. I think we can see he's likely got a chance of like Adam.eth, just because I have that guy already somewhere. Adam.eth. So big ass bull flag, looks like sugar. Not the same res, but this box range is what we're watching. This is just a hella shockwave. Real dangers in here. Possible bull flag rotation. Trying to see if this most recent trend can actually keep some life to it. We can probably actually graph this trend and just watch this trajectory and see if he holds this to take him back to the top of the box. So let's see if this rotates. This is a good swing level right here. This purple level I've got coming from over here. So if he stays on top of it like he's testing it, has a chance to follow this trajectory and go back up to the top side of this. He'd be a better play when he comes out the very top of this. For right now, this is all quite dangerous to keep playing in. And then BCH USDT, BCH. I know I have a fucking chart for this somewhere. BCH, where could he be? I have this thing done somewhere. BCH USDT. Not that one. BCH USD. BCH USD. God damn it, where'd I have this guy? Damn it, I don't know where. I know I have an old chart for this motherfucker. I'll be damned if I can figure out where it is right now. Alright, I don't know where it is. BCH USD. Damn it. I can't think of it. Alright, fuck it. We'll do where we found it here. Binance. Well, he did make a low there. It'd be like that. Almost pointless to do that. Just look at this guy on low res. Oof. What is that? Unnecessary. So this guy goes with kind of the BTC low that we kind of saw. And you're kind of looking at this setup right now. Rotate on him out of the ditch. So pretty much you're following like the trajectory of like everything crypto is pumping right now. And if they keep pumping, you could probably play this guy. But I think there's probably stronger guys in the market than this dude. But you're kind of watching this trajectory right now, how long he holds that. And put total over the top of this guy, right? It's literally just a correlated crypto pump. So there's probably somebody that's a better breed of asset to pick than this dude. That's why I point you at things like Matic and stuff. But he's just doing, crypto keeps tracking higher, then he'll keep tracking higher. So it depends how far this correction in ETH, goes right now and in total. If it's like very shallow, then this guy can keep the trajectory. All right, motherfuckers. God damn it. 928. Sorry, had to get it all in there. It's probably in the Onyx chart. I don't know. One of those templates. I'll figure it out. Anyways, motherfuckers, stay safe, make money, have a good weekend. Catch you on the flip. Peace out.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.